Hey everybody, this is Justin and Josh from Constantly Calibrating, and we're kind of doing some more of our PAX wrap up. Right now, we're going to talk about BloodRoots.
Yeah, let's
Sorry, awkward pause.
let's talk BloodRoots. BloodRoots is a really cool game. We got to check that out at PAX West. It was one of those appointments that was stacked in a way that I didn't think I'd actually be able to go because it was your appointment. But it luckily worked out that I was able to go with you and then duck out to at the very end to a different appointment. But how would you describe?
Yeah, we say it's my appointment, but usually, like most of these, especially with these smaller developers, are like, "Oh man, we'll sit you both down," and like they're just nice and accommodating.
Yeah, it's easy.
But yeah, BloodRoots really cool. I guess on the whole, that's like, oh man, almost. I'm not gonna say what I almost did. I was looking at an IGN thing and I almost read it word for word. Anyways,
wow.
That's not a hit against IGN. That was a hit against Phil Pearson.
Yeah, let's not plagiarize.
BloodRoots is a fast-paced brawler that feels like Hotline Miami in the woods. That is from IGN. That is from their video. But that is actually pretty accurate. That or it's like the Tony Hawk of death. Like it's
okay. No, that I feel that.
It's very fluid movement, but also like your movement you kind of commit to as well. Like once you push that square button, it's kind of like old Castlevania. Like when you push jump, you're like you put a ring on it. You're committed to that jump action that you have to follow all the way through. Same thing with BloodRoots. When you push that hit button, you have to follow that hit all the way through. If I remember right, you couldn't like dodge out of it.
No, once you start the animation, you're committed, essentially.
Yeah, so kind of like Dark Souls-ish, but not nearly as like methodical as that is. Like you are trying to bounce from weapon to weapon, enemy to enemy to try to kill everything. You go from like grabbing just a fence post to beat somebody down to grabbing a ladder, doing just like helicopter things, just running people down, jumping on a hay barrel, running that into people, grabbing a carrot. And as I yell out, like one of my notes is carrot kill with the exclamation mark. Like he takes a carrot and like it goes cinematic, he stabs it through a dude's head.
I mean, literally, I immediately, I think, I don't remember either you or I, one of us made the comment, oh, shoot him up. Like, we both went, like, your Clive Owens suddenly. Because that's where my brain goes when I see a carrot inserted into someone's eye socket.
Yeah, it's okay, yeah, it's been a long, I think I only seen shoot him up once.
But I hold on to that information very strongly.
But that is the whole big thing of it. You are trying to string these kills together to get a multiplier, to get a high score. Like actually, like it was kind of like a media competition on the media system because, like, you look there, you do see IGN, GameSpot, Giant Bomb, and Concal Pod didn't make it up there.
You got like, I think if I remember right, at least for the day we played, which I believe was Sunday or Monday, I can't quite remember. But the day we played at midday, you ranked 12 and I was ranked like 18, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, and they offered us to keep playing, but we moved on to different appointments.
It was hard to move on. We only stopped playing because we had to move on to different appointments. Like, yeah, it was.
You and I would have kept our own personal competition going for at least another half hour if given the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. But like, that's kind of like all I can really say about it, though, because we only had like one short level, but it was like one of those things that you wanted to play again and master, just like I kind of say the Tony Hawk of death. Like you knew that map. You know when you want to hit this trick to bust into a different trick to do this trick over here. Same thing. You know you want to grab this thing to hit this dude, to grab the other thing to kill this guy, and then carrot kill. No, it always ends with carrot kill.
It always ends with carrot kill. Like my notes are pretty limited, but something that came to mind just now is it's a blood ballet. Essentially, you are trying to master the steps. There's no quote unquote right way. I'm sure somebody like in the meta will come up with like the right way to finish every level. That if you do these exact steps, you'll get the highest score. Yada yada yada. I'm sure that will happen when the game releases, but
yeah.
At least right now, it's like, you're trying to choreograph, your own ballet of death, and you're making your way through levels. And it was one of those things where I watched you play, and you went this specific route, and I was going to go the same route. And I picked up the ladder. I started doing the whirly bird. I launched off the side. I ended up in an area you hadn't gone to, and it's like, oh, there's just like swords everywhere. Justin really didn't mess with swords. Let me go try a sword out.
That's the thing too. Like the setting of it is kind of weird. It's almost like an old Jackie Chan, like a kung fu movie, or not even quite kung fu movie, but mixed with Frontier. stuff.
It's Frontier Samurai Ninja. Is like I know that's it's like feudal frontier. Maybe is the way to look at it. I don't know. I'm mixing up some time periods right now, but no, I get that. Like because the character
I was thinking more like if you've seen like Drunken Master, the whole like Axe guy or the Axe Clan scene. God, that's a very specific pull. So, but like anything in that era is what I'm kind of like thinking about. But yeah, but mixed with this like Western frontier type or thing to it, because like you're like a woodsman pretty much. You got the fur coat. You can grab a musket that has like a bayonet on the side of it.
Yep.
Stab and shoot some dude. But yeah, as far as the looks go, like the game's pretty. It's definitely got this like nice cell shaded kind of like look to it. Like I guess that's kind of what you say when it looks cartoony now.
Yeah, I mean it's weird. Cell shaded, I think, is a term that's really inaccurately used a lot nowadays in previews and stuff like that. But at the same time, yes, everyone would probably say that. It's definitely got that strong cartoony vibe to it. There's no question about it.
Yeah, but I myself, like, I'm definitely waiting for this. This will be fun to stream. As we noted, like at the time, like no stream integration, but I mean it's development thing. They might work something in later. We don't know.
Yeah, well, right now, what I asked them, I asked if there was a plan for it, and they did have something in place for Twitch, but then it literally boiled down to priorities, and they could prioritize trying to prioritize having Twitch integration meant the game would either be delayed or other features wouldn't be there, and it just wasn't a strong enough pull of a thing to actually focus on. Could Twitch or Mixer integration end up in there in the future? Certainly, but that's not something I would hold out hope for. The game definitely has. Playing it, I can see where they could add that kind of stuff in. That being said,
definitely like, oh man, you could drop this type of enemy on you or this type of weapon. Yeah, a lot of cool things. Either way, it's gonna be a fun game to stream, and that's what I'm really excited for.
Yeah, no, I was actually thinking like of doing a co-stream kind of thing, a co-stream competition. Ready, set, start. Who can?
I think I lost Josh.
Go along. You can't hear me, Justin.
Yeah, you're like breaking up. You're a robot now. I don't know if that's me or you.
Well, you're coming in clear for me. Can you actually run it? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good now.
All right, so let's. So I was cut in here. Okay, so what I was shit, what was I saying? So I was thinking we could do like a co-stream thing, like when this game comes out, and essentially ready, set, start, and we just race to see who can who can stay alive the longest, rack up those scores. Like you could do stuff like that very easily.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man, that kind of brings back our whole idea of old when we did Shadow of Mordor. Yeah,
yeah, like the Shadow of Mordor, the Captain Kill video we did. That was a fun video. You, me, and Brad just set a timer because we all wanted to play the game, but none of us could really like come up with an idea of what would be a good let's play for multiple people, and we weren't doing let's watches because nobody lives local. So we were trying to come up with a way to do it. So what we did is, we had us all compete against each other on a timer, essentially. So this could work in a very similar way, except you would have you wouldn't necessarily have a finite end. It's whoever.
But you kind of do because the levels. I imagine levels are going to be like that was a level we played, and it does have like a beginning and end to this.
Well, what I mean, a finite end is like if you die, you respawn. So the finite end for the challenge would be who finishes. They start the stopwatch. Who finishes the level quickest gets bonus points. Otherwise, which your score essentially.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
which I think it actually like does that in there for time and stuff like that. But that part I wish I wrote more notes down on because I actually wasn't paying attention to how you actually got scored. Besides getting combos and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't really look beyond that either. But so the game releases. I think it's listed for early 2019.
Yep.
So yeah, I definitely you could expect us to be checking out more BloodRoots as the game gets closer to launch. Either way, no matter whether we get a code or not for the game, I certainly would expect to see it streaming on the Concal Pod and Agent Gamer channels.
Okay, definitely.
Any final thoughts, Justin?
No, that's all I got for that. So I think that's all we have to say about BloodRoots for now. Both very excited, both very pleased with what we played, and can't wait to get our hands on this.
Absolutely. All right.
I don't know what we do for outros.
It's a catch-all. So you caught it all. I don't fuck.
Well, I hope you caught that all. So shoot me.
Thank you for watching our thank you for watching our continuing PAX West coverage. We'll have more videos and stuff. Even though yes, we are recording this almost 20 days after we are home from PAX because it's been a month. Go watch another video. Go watch another video.